Welcome to the Think Factory podcast. We got one question for you. What keeps you up at night?
Welcome back to the Think Factory podcast, and I'm your host, Chris Santamassimo from OGC Solutions, and we power the Think Factory podcast. And I'm here talking today with Larry Delesio, who's the Business Development Manager from DAF Products. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Chris.
So we're both Jersey guys here, and so even though we're on a remote call doing the podcast, but almost neighbors, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut. DAF Products is based in Wyckoff, New Jersey, and has been there, since the 80s.
Yep.
I came aboard with the folks at DAF right around the financial crisis of 2008, 2009. I was working at a lot of people in the industry remember this company called TechGraph, and they were a distributor for HP of a lot of their hardware solutions and supported that. And during the financial crisis, and we're getting into some history here, that company went out of business almost overnight. It was an amazing thing, and I transitioned from there onto DAF Products. So around 2009, 2010, I've been at DAF Products. So it's getting on 14 years here.
Wow. Well, so what I was hoping to do today was introduce folks to the good stuff that's happening at DAF. But one of the things I like talking about with folks in the printing industry is just these long tenures of really cool experience. And I know that describes your career in the industry as well. So introduce everybody to yourself, and then we can get into a little bit about DAF.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can't believe, how long I've been in the industry and time goes by. I did go to university for graphic arts and illustration in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Came out of school. I was a technical illustrator, did a lot of, before the digital age hit, at least for the print side, did a lot of, technical drawings of jet engines and flight controls and stuff for the Navy at a contractor. Went to a pre-press company, but my big hire was in the mid 90s. I got hired at Wrexham Graphics, and they were a big coating company in South Hadley, Mass, with plants in Runcorn, England, Wales, 2 plants in South Carolina, a sales office in Hong Kong, but they were doing a lot of the inkjet coatings for the OEMs like Hewlett Packard, and in the day NCAD and LaserMaster. And then we also did all the electrostatic materials for 3M in those days. So that was an exciting time when you would walk into a trade show, and I think it was probably Macworld or Siebold seminars back in the day. And you would go into the show and see a 36-inch printer, imaging full color graphics, 3 feet by 4 or 5 feet, and everybody scratching their head, how is this done? Mm-hmm. And that was the coatings on a lot of photo-based and paper and certainly CAD materials. So I was an imaging specialist there, moved into product management, as that company evolved. But there's always these events that change careers and change industries. And that event when I was there was the .com bubble. We were up for sale from Wrexham PLC, which is probably at the time $4 billion conglomerate. They put us up for sale. The .com financial crisis hit before the housing crisis hit. And they were going to sell us to, I think it was Avery at the time. And they pulled out of it. Financing was difficult, and we got purchased by a group called Sun Capital Partners Private Equity out of Boca Raton, Florida. And that's when a lot of the bright people started leaving that company, and I certainly moved on myself.
Well, you were probably at the front end of that private equity interest in the industry.
Yeah. So now we're seeing that today, certainly with, we can go into some detail, but a lot of these companies in private equity, and actually I'm involved in a little bit with some of our product lines, and our partners now have some private equity backers, and they got, they're into a lot of different industries, and frankly the situation of capital today, and we can go into that a little bit, but we all watch the financial news or read the Wall Street Journal, how private equity is financing a lot of business today away from the traditional, companies that go to like the bank, right?
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of consolidation in the market, no doubt. That I think there's some people that are fond of saying things like print is dead, which I think is crazy, of course, but the fact that private equity has got such a deep foothold in it and continues to be interested in it suggests that that's completely wrong.
Yeah, they do their homework. So, there's mixed reviews on that side. It depends. If you're in with the right company, I think it's really good, and they're out for the long term. Some of them are, in it for a good time, not a long time type of thing.
Right.
So it really depends. And you have to evaluate that for yourself. But for us now at DAF Products, we're getting a stronger position in the marketplace. We've always been what I've called with my experience and background in flexible, printable materials for wide and grand format. That's what I've been doing for the last 25, 30 years. And I continue to do that with DAF Products. We are in Wyckoff, New Jersey. We distribute out of that. That's our headquarters. It's a family owned business. Tom Palmer and Joe Palmer are the father and son that are a great family, great people to work for, honest people. They do converting there in New Jersey for our products and other business lines. They do pool cover materials. They do large party tent materials. They are a Boeing Aerospace certified supplier, which is difficult to do. They have automotive products as well. Mattress, they do mattress materials. So a lot of materials come through DAF Products in Wyckoff, New Jersey, either direct through our warehousing and converting or direct to some of these companies that do pool covers, tents, or graphic art products for the print industry. So it either can go direct to them or through our warehouse. We have one in LA, and that's a fulfillment warehouse, and then we have our main converting headquarters and warehouse in New Jersey. The majority of our product line, what we do a really good job of is working with manufacturers around the world, qualifying opportunities and products, producing the products, testing in our lab in New Jersey. We bring all the production for our materials. We get retainers that are air shipped into our lab in New Jersey. We have a 2-person lab that do caliper, white points, adhesion testing, all different types of tests on all our materials to make sure it's qualified and within spec before we release any material into our warehouses or our customers' warehouses. So that's kind of where I see us different. We do have a office in Shanghai for our Chinese manufacturers that are DAF employees. There's a 4-person staff there, and we have an office. So we haven't been, obviously, with the COVID and gearing back up for international travel, we haven't been, or at least I haven't been back to China since probably 2019, 18. But we have an office there that works with our factory, so we're well positioned there. We also bring in materials from Europe, Korea, Japan, India. We do have some material that we put in our line from the U.S. market today as well. So we have put together a nice portfolio of materials to sell to our distributors. We only sell through value-added distributors into the market today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you've got a wide range of products. Talk about some of the exciting things that you're going to exhibit at the Printing United Expo later this year.
Yeah, so, I could go in. So just a broad view of our portfolio. We have PSA print vinyls, economical precision products, which are monomeric print films. We have polymeric print vinyls that are 5-year. Now, some of the new products coming into Print United here, relatively new for us, is we've partnered with Fedrigoni Group, which is a large label conglomerate out of Europe. They're based in Italy, and they have a very nice casting line of products. and we've launched their C50 and C30 12-year cast wrap film. That's really very interesting for us to bring into this marketplace today. So we're having really good success with this product. It's a new technology. It's different than the traditional wrap films that you have. It's softer, more forgiving, and it has a heat-activated adhesive, so you can wrap a vehicle. Even if you're not an expert, it gives you the forgiveness to get your film in position, wrap the vehicle, reposition it multiple times, and then when you're ready for full adhesion, you apply heat to that film, and then that fully adheres to the vehicle. So there are other features with that product. It's pre-stretched at the factory so that when you apply it to a 3D surface, it almost conforms by itself. The days of trying to pull this film and stretch it, triangle, and make glass with this product, that's not really necessary. So you got to work less. You can work alone for the professional installers. So we've launched that product at Print United in the fall last year, and now it'll be a full year that we've come into the market with stock in our warehouse and selling that into the channel as well.
It's got to help the printer as much as it helps the installer in terms of making sure that the images don't get distorted because of the stretching.
Yeah, it does. They have to be conscious of the distortion, especially a logo, right? If somebody's got a logo that they possess that logo and they don't want it to look wrong, that's one of the things that's really important. Beyond the print vinyls, we have the economy, the 5-year, the 12-year products. We have polypropylene films. We have polyester backlit films. We have roll-up film that's polyester-based and composite-based. We have a full line of perforated window films for first surface and second surface applications. All these products have matched laminates to go with them. And we are starting to work our line of dye sub fabrics as well. We have a new hire that we brought on that's in charge of our fabric line. And our partner, so we have Fedragoni on our 7-year and 12-year cast films, and they have an exciting new product I'll talk about in a minute. And then we have Soltex Group out of Europe. They're our fabric manufacturer as well. So we are kind of what I'd call a master distributor for these, large conglomerates that have weaving assets, paper assets, manufacturing assets. So we're their kind of the tip of the spear into the North American market for them.
Well, it makes sense in terms of partnering with both of those companies for sure. And I've seen myself what the idea of printing on fabric and just a trajectory in terms of the huge increase in interest in that area. There's a lot of interesting stuff, both in clothing and otherwise, when it comes to printing on fabric. So you're right there at the forefront of it.
Yeah, we're at least on the Soltex side on the fabrics. They're more of the signage and graphics, not so much apparel, and they're getting in a little more decor products like a carpet product and a blanket product that they have available. But really on the fabric side, we talked about consolidation. There's not a lot of options for the big fabric printers, print service providers. That's really been consolidated in a few companies. Private equity's bought up a number of companies to consolidate that channel into the North American market. So long term, you may not have, unless we step up to the plate and give our distributors option, and in turn, print service providers, they may have a very limited leverage coming from the channel today for dye sub fabrics. And frankly, some of the other products at the distributor level from a end user or print service provider, again, there's been a lot of distributors that have been purchased up by national accounts, and in local areas, they're having less and less options to buy printable vinyls and everything else for their use. And they have to buy from one company, and they're starting to raise prices, and there's no other show in town type of thing. So there's concern there.
It sounds like DAF is filling that gap, which is great. And what I love to hear too is that this DAF is doing more than just importing containers of product. They're testing it. They're doing a lot of the quality control that your customers expect.
Yeah, of course, we would love to have more U.S. manufactured products. They have their own channel to market, certainly. But what we try to do is work with the large regional distributors to give them options for these products so that they can compete against some of these big national accounts. It's really becoming the Walmart effect or the Amazon effect into the print materials and solutions market. So how does a large regional distributor or a small regional distributor compete against that? We all hear about on Amex, they have shop small, this weekend shop small for the smaller folks. But, on price, what we try to do is give our customers price fighters and specialty products, train them on it, pull the products through the end users. And we sell into solution distributors that are solely digital. We sell into plastic distributors that sell a lot of plastic boards. We sell into large paper distributors. So I think almost every regional distributor has heard of DAF Products. They may be buying something from DAF Products. We also sell into select products into the OEM market, what I would call the kind of the big brands out there that we all know. They may buy something from DAF and private label that. So within our warehouse, we ship. Our distributors can sell our product as DAF branded. We have a nice website. We have qualified materials, profiles for those materials, or they could sell it as a plain white box. It has a description on it and size, or we could private label for those distributors if they want. We could put their labels right on the box. Anything from their logo printed on the liner to pre-printed boxes with their name on the box.
That sounds like you've got a full suite, which is exciting. And again, I think the quality control is important to your customers. So you're really providing a solid solution. Anything new that you want to talk about for the upcoming show, or is that a little bit too far?
Yeah. So what we've done with Fedrigoni Group, that's taken up a lot of our time and effort. So what's happening with the Fedrigoni Group? We've just got done doing 3 dealer open houses that feature the Fedrigoni C50 cast wrap film. We would either wrap a vehicle there or bring in a hood or something like that to train folks to wrap it. Next, what we're doing is working with Printing United PDAA. They have a fleet and wrap event. So we're going to be sponsoring that event in August. That's in Raleigh, North Carolina at a nice print shop. So we're going to participate in that. And then on the heels of that is Print United. So we're going to be featuring the Fedrigoni product in our booth at Print United. We're also probably going to do a lunch and learn or a cocktail hour at the Print United booth to show the product, to bring additional people in to see that Fedrigoni. And also at Print United, that's in September, we've just brought in a really neat product from Fedrigoni. We have samples now. It's 100% recycled paper, adhesive back paper with a very ultra removable, repositionable adhesive. That is also pigmented. So what does this do? It's made from 100% recycled content. So we're taking waste out of the stream and making a new product from that waste. So we're already net positive for the environment. So for folks that have convention centers, retail locations that do not want to put PVC indoors for events, especially an event is 2, 3, 5 days, tops 2 weeks, you don't need the longevity of a PVC, and certainly you don't need it indoors to hold up to the weather. So this 100% recycled content paper has a patent pending on it. It's FSC certified. There's additional certifications coming online. So we're really excited about this. We call it, Fedrigoni calls it F-Jet. It's a very nice product. It's produced in Europe. DAF has samples of it now. We're starting to penetrate the market with that. Samples of it. Everybody we've talked to is very excited about it, and we'll have stock probably out of New Jersey within late June, early July.
Very exciting. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought that this kind of stuff could be as cool as it is? But I like to hear the sustainability message on the product as well. I know that's on the tip of a lot of folks' tongues, especially in your customer base. So good for you guys. Good,
yeah,
I
think that, everybody's concerned about price. Square foot pricing on that on the street would probably be in the mid 20 cents a square foot. So it's not a very expensive product. They could wrap their mind around it. It's got a gray changeable, what we call a changeable or post-it note type adhesive for layman's terms. And you could recycle that product because it is a water-based adhesive. So you could put that back into a recycling stream here in North America if you wish. Obviously, some of that goes into a landfill. There's nothing bad necessarily in that product if it were to be tossed in a landfill or incinerated. But with an adhesive, water-based adhesive, you would probably end up mixing, and we'll have some of the data, mixing raw paper with an adhesive paper, 20% to 80%, versus non-adhesive. So you could recycle that as well.
Well, terrific. This is a great introduction to DAF. I love to spotlight a company like yours, especially where we've got a little bit of a neighborhood connection in New Jersey. So that's a great thing. Well, yeah. Tell us just where folks can reach you if they're not going to be able to see you at the show, or if they want to get in touch in advance.
Yeah, sure. The best way, obviously, to learn more about the products is DAFgraphicmedia.com is our website. It's a really nice website. We spent a lot of time and effort, but it has categorized our products by each segment, whether it's vinyl, perforated, polypropylene films, polyester films. All our contact information is on that site. There's DAF Products, which is the corporate site that has a lot of the industries that we're involved in, but the DAFgraphicmedia.com, just like it sounds, is the main site for our wide format materials as well. I'm always available. I'm on LinkedIn. I post a lot of videos on LinkedIn about our different products, how to use them, especially the specialty products that are kind of nuanced and you want to know more about them. It's on my LinkedIn profile, so it's under my name. Just do Lawrence Delesio and you can find my LinkedIn feed. I probably have 5,000 legit connections on there, all business in the wide format industry. So that's another good way. My email, my Gmail is Delesio, DELESIO 123@gmail.com. That's the best way to email me. All good. I'd love to hear good, bad, or indifferent from our partners out there, end users, products that they need. We're always open to discuss that.
Terrific. Well, again, thanks for the opportunity to shine a spotlight on DAF Products. Really good description and starting to create a little momentum and excitement in advance of the show. So that's even better. So thank you, Larry, for sharing today.
Thank you. I'm glad you're doing the podcast, getting the word out. Hopefully you get a lot of hits out there and people view some of these that you have posted, because I think it's really good information to let people know where the industry came from and where it's going and some of the options that they have out there.
Well, 5,000 connections in your world are going to see this. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, Larry. Just to remind folks that might have joined a little late in the podcast, this has been Larry Delesio, who's the DAF Products Business Development Manager, who gave us a real good spotlight on DAF Products today. And just signing off, this is Chris Santomassimo from OGC Solutions, and we power the Think Factory podcast. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Chris.